Alright guys, this is going to be the first fishing video of the year, hopefully. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get on some fish. I'm sorry for not making any videos lately. It's just been a hard time at school, a lot of schoolwork, and then it's been kind of that time between hunting season, so deer and duck season went out, and then fishing hasn't really picked up. But we're having our first really warm day this year, 77 I think is supposed to be the high. So I came out to this private lake. I hunted geese here before in one of my previous videos, one of the private lake, and I'm going to try fishing for some bass with some minnows and some artificial lures. So yeah, I'm just going to show you guys my rig real quick, my rigs. The first one I'm going to be using is a little improvised bottom snell rig. Right here you got a hook, and then about 12 inches of down is egg sinker. So I'm just going to have minnows suspended on that, and then I'm going to be running another bobber and hook lure, and yeah, hopefully we're going to be able to get on some fish, so stay tuned. You guys are watching Virginia Outdoors Unlimited.
Alright guys, so right here what I was doing is I was just floating one of those minnows on a cork. I had about a foot and a half, I had the minnow about a foot and a half below the cork, and I just was floating two of those. The one on the right, my yellow rod, was on the bottom, this one was on the top, and I just looked back and the cork was all the way under, so I set the hook, and the pike didn't put up that much of a fight, but or the chain pickerel, I'm pretty sure that's the species, didn't put up that much of a fight, but in the end it was a pretty good fish, and as you see, I was pretty happy with it.
That, my friends, is my first pike ever. I'm not sure what type of pike it is, but that's my first one ever on the minnow, and that's a decent one, guys. I'm proud of that. That's a decent pike right there. For me at least, I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna get him unhooked here and see if we can't get a weight on him. Oh, that is a nice pike right there. Oh, well, quick release. I was gonna try to get a weight on him, but figured that was gonna happen.
So I hadn't been having any luck with the minnows for about 20 to 30 minutes, and I ended up just tying on a little bluegill imitation crankbait onto the rod where I had the bottom rig on. Didn't have any weight on it or anything, and just was casting out as far as I could throw, and then just straight retrieving it. And this was my second cast actually, and I got it all the way back up to my boat basically, and I was just letting it rise up so I wouldn't catch any grass in the treble hooks. And as you can see, this chain pickerel just comes up and chokes the lure, and he got it pretty good in the back of his throat. And yeah, so I got him in, and then my GoPro died right as that happened, so I don't have the footage of me releasing him. But yeah, he got away all right. His mouth got a little bit bloody with the release because he did choke that crankbait, but he ended up swimming off just fine. So that was a second successful catch and release.
So as you guys just saw, I just caught my second pike of the day. That one was actually on a crankbait. My dad had told me there was quite a bit of pike in this lake, but I came out here mainly for bass. I want to try to catch some big bass, and there are big bass in this lake. But given that I very rarely have a chance to catch pike, I think I'm going to kind of switch over to pike. I'm going to start throwing some crankbaits, live lining minnows still, and we're going to try to get on some bigger pike, because I know there's some 4 or 5 pound northern pike in this lake. So yeah, I'm not sure, that might not have been a northern pike, that might have been like a chain pickerel or something. I don't know the different types of those types of predatory needlefish, kind of. I don't know what exactly they're called. But yeah, I'm just going to try to catch some of those, hopefully some bass. I know there's some monster bass in here. So stay tuned, and we're going to get on some more fish. Keep on just working the edge of this lake. So yep, stay tuned. You guys are watching Virginia Outdoors Unlimited. Fish on! Fish on! Oh, another pike. No! Oh, it's on.
What you guys actually aren't going to see is after I unhooked this fish, I went to weigh him. I grabbed my scale and was using those grips, and I held it out over the side of the boat, and held the scale out over the side of the boat, and the fish just wiggled very vigorously, and the scale went into the water, and luckily my fish grips floated, so I was able to retrieve the fish in the fish grips, but lost my scale with a rookie mistake. But overall, it wasn't that big of a loss.
Fish on, fish on. Oh. First bass of the day, man, that thing is chunky. That is a fat bass. It's a short one, but it's fat. Really, really short bass, but really fat one. I mean, you can tell this bass has been eating well. You gotta let it go.
So the minnows just weren't working, and I tied on a couple crankbaits because I wanted to head back to my car. And so I was just trolling these crankbaits actually across the lake because I had a feeling the bass were down in the deeper water. And I had just started paddling and looked back, and there was a fish on one of my rods. So started reeling, and y'all will see what I ended up bringing in.
I was trolling right now. These baits. I just pulled him up off the bottom. Little bass right there, another chunky one. Alright guys, gonna go try this last spot real quick. I just want to get rid of these minnows, and I know this place has some bass in it, knock on wood. It did, at least. My dad was catching nice bass out of it not too long ago. So we're just gonna walk over here. I'm just gonna be throwing minnows on a cork, and hopefully we can hook into some decent bass. I'm using pretty ultralight tackle, so if I do hook into a nice bass, we'll see if I'm able to get it out. So yeah, stay tuned. You guys are watching Virginia Outdoors Unlimited. Decent sized fish right there, about 1.5 pounds. Decent sized one. Throw him back. Second bass out of this little pond. About a 12-incher, maybe 10-incher. Choked the minnow.
So my GoPro is being really weird today. I ended up losing quite a bit of footage, but the difference here is there's 3 clips that I'm missing between that last fish and this next one of me catching 3 decent bass, bigger than all the rest. And I just didn't get it on my GoPro. I'm not sure if the battery was running low and it stopped recording. I didn't hear it or what. But yeah, I missed footage of me catching 3 decent bass on the minnows in this lake.
All right, guys. So I just finished up fishing. After I threw those last minnows, I tried like 10 different baits. I tied on a bunch of plastics and stuff, and I just couldn't get a hit. They were not hungry for anything besides minnows. I think that really shows how effective minnows are. Sometimes the fish won't be eating almost at all, and you can throw a minnow in their face, and they're gonna hit it 99% of the time, I'd say. 3 wood ducks right there. But yeah, that's really why I like minnows. It's such an easy way to fish, and I know people like to go out and challenge themselves, and I'm just not at that point where, especially at bass fishing and pike fishing, I'm pretty inexperienced, so it's fun for me to just go out and fight them on, light tackle. I didn't even mention that. This is like 8-pound test and pretty flimsy 6-foot rod, so that was a lot of fun. I like fighting them on the light tackle. But yeah, that's why minnows are so much fun. Just, you're gonna get a bite when you're fishing with minnows pretty much every time in fresh water. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll be making some more and be getting out more and doing some fishing, hopefully on the Chesapeake Bay. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you can see those videos. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It does help out my channel a lot. And I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.